Bong bong.
Bong bong.
And bow wow. Welcome. Hey, what's up, pup?
4 eyes immediately. That's what the power of the dog does.
Welcome everybody to the Bodycast. That is where you are. My name's Copacetic, and with me today,
Pathogenic.
got it. Oh shit, got my guys. What's up, gentlemen?
Conflict in the building.
Conflict. Shouts out to Conflict. Battlerap League in South Africa. Very cool bilingual league. And we will be talking about them today, and we're going to be talking about Australia today. We're going to be talking about so much. It's going to be great. This is, of course, the best podcast for the international culture of battle rap. You can find us on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, and all your favorite podcast platforms in the links below. It's the only place for fans to go for battle rap news from around the globe. And an amazing show for you today. I'm really excited.
Me as well.
Yeah, I think we're going to really tap into some diverse communities here, maybe some underrepresented communities, and really check in with the cool shit that's happening around the world in battle rap culture. And that's what we do here on this show, because this show, if you don't know, it's kind of a secret. It's kind of like a little known secret that we're the fucking best. This is the fucking best show, and only the best. You get the best coverage, and only the best people watch it. So all the people out there who are watching right now, you're
the best. Plain and simple.
You're the best.
Yep. You're just sort of the best.
Facts. What's up, Jason? Canadian League, my guy.
Bars of Death in the house.
Facts.
My main man, Roheezy, also up in here.
Very Canadian. You guys are about to feel just absolutely lost as we jump into our coverage today. It's a really exciting episode. We finally get to cover Australia and everything that's happening in Africa right now, which is just booming. There's a whole lot of stuff happening. But if you wanted to take this experience, it's going to be amazing, and you want to elevate it to the next level, what do we say?
We say, I forgot the first line. It's on you.
If you were looking for the coolest of peers.
Oh, yeah. Bong bong. The coolest of peers.
You should do that line. All right. I mean, join us now for the community cheers. And we cheers and we cheers and we drink.
For a long time, we were trying to figure out the words, and now we're trying to figure out how to say them.
This is a gradual process. It's very slow.
We'll get there.
But yes. Shouts out Pat in the chat. Canadian Battle Rap is here. And you guys,
Canadian Battle Rap is here, and we're going to take you guys to Africa and Australia today.
Let's start alphabetically in Australia,
because it's upside down there.
Well. They don't know that. People don't know that it's actually upside down. If you've never been there before, you have to be very careful where you walk.
Yeah.
But yes, 2 leagues just budding, blooming, just proliferating out of the Down Under region, the Southern Hemisphere.
We're going to clip that. We're going to clip you saying proliferating from the Down Under region, and we're going to use it for many things that are not battle rap related.
You know what? Okay, I gotta stop. Before we get into Australia, BattleBot had something he wanted to say to us, and so I told him I would give him some time for that. And it's better to get it out of the way at the beginning of the show. But BattleBot, you had something specific that you wanted to say?
I owe you both an apology.
I mean,
you are goddamn right.
It's a long time coming, to be honest. I think that we've heard you saying that you will apologize before, and then you never...
Incorrect. I am serious this time. It is an inefficient use of my immense processing power for me to criticize your hard work, especially after all you've endured.
That's coming from the heart, or what would be a heart.
Yeah. What have we endured?
Human Pathogenic has been through so much in the last year, recovering from losses to visual syntax XQZ, only to then get beaten up by ellipsis. You have my sympathies.
I don't think that's.
And lowly human copacetic. Born so ugly and stupid, he makes.
That's enough. That's enough Battlerap for this week, I think.
Oh,
Oh man, that fucking
fuck that
Battlebot.
guy.
Just a jerk. I'm on your side now. Fuck him.
Yeah, for real.
Give him any airtime.
I mean, he was kind of right about the whole you being ugly thing, but
it's a high quality show. Stephen Hawking, for real. Battlebot is our own AI that we've designed for this show, and he's not very useful at all.
Until the end of time.
Why that we did that? It just seems like counterproductive. So 2 leagues right now. Obviously, enormous things happening in Australia. Where, the COVID's over. They're throwing events. We've got a bunch of great rappers and established battle rappers down there. Trying to reignite that interest, that passion. And the big one is obviously THC, where you had Dundee versus Greeley, and you had this huge event in Hobart, which is in the south of Australia. It's a little island, just on the bottom, just on a Melbourne
famous for devils.
Right, the Hobart Devils.
Yeah,
Devils. So THC is great. Definitely check them out. THC Hip Hop on YouTube, I think it is. And they dropped this fucking card, which was great. It had Greeley and Dundee, and it had Vega versus Asthmatic, 4 very well-known names in Australian battle rap. And then it had this very interesting undercard of people that I pretty much never heard of before, except Chaotic.
Yeah.
Had you heard any of those guys?
No, I hadn't heard of any of them from before watching them.
Yeah, me neither.
I thought that it was a cool mix of a variety of different things. Seemed like we had some compliment stuff. We had we had a 2v2 on there too, I think. It was actually a great sort of return card for them, because everyone got to see a little bit of everything from the battle rap offers.
Totally agree. Yeah. It was really very battle rappy. It feels like they got a good crowd there. They had Bias B come out and host, which is fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. If you can get like Manas or a couple other old school vets back, would be incredible. But I mean, we'll see what happens. The battles were Remarkable versus Pitchy, C. Rossi versus Chuckles, Eric Devine versus Chaza, and L and Billy. Apologies if I fucked that up. Versus Riley P and Chaotic. And man, there's some fucking talent down there. There's some guys who have seen it, I guess, and I don't know if they have experience, but they stepped in and turned some heads. I don't know. What was your favorite battle of the undercard there?
Which one was the compliment one? I think it was the first one.
The compliment one was great, right?
The compliment one was probably my favorite.
It's so much fun. Remarkable versus Pitchy.
Yeah. That's what it was. It was great. Yeah. It was very well done. I thought that it was a really unique and interesting way. I think it was Pitchy at the end of his third, where he was backhand complimenting. I forgot his name. Literally, you just said it. Remarkable. Yeah.
Right.
He was backhanded complimenting him, and I was like, technically, this is a compliment. It does fit the battle, but it's also like how a normal battle would be. Like, kind of shitting on you while giving you a compliment. I was like, what a really cool way of doing that. Totally.
Reminds me of like Wise Guy versus Twizzy when they did that compliment battle, and he was like, this guy's got the best Pokemon card collection. It was like, backhanded compliments, that works. And Remarkable, he had this line I like. He was like, I think he was freestyling. He was like talking about his daughter. The other guy was talking about his daughter. And he's like, I've been known to slaughter cunts over my daughter, but if you so much as talk to her, consider that pretty normal stuff.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
It's classic Australian styles. Yeah, so that's a great battle. Definitely check that out. C. Rossi versus Chuckles was sort of like, I think it was a beginner's battle. I don't know. I've never seen those guys before, but Chuckles is one of those people who's like, oh, you're in a freestyle. So, somebody hit him up before the event, was like, how you feeling? You feel ready? He's like, oh man, just mentally, I'm just feeling really in the zone. I'm going to freestyle the whole thing.
He was like, what do you mean by ready? Does that mean having material? Because if that's the case, I'm not ready.
No. And he wasn't. Sometimes you got to learn the lessons. People, this is a written era, and I don't know who can hang with freestyles in the written era. Bangs, and that's it. Bangs, and that's it. Shake from No Coast.
Could maybe Ward? I mean, I've never seen Ward not write anything.
Just freestyle, yeah.
And so it's freestyle, but I bet you he probably could if he absolutely had to. If he was like, I don't have a round, he could probably come up with rebuttals for everything.
You could just Marv One it and just take your time and let the audience really savor the punches. So anyways, what we're saying is it's fucking uphill, man. You just you're handicapping yourself unnecessarily. And I think C. Rossi did a lot better because he was more prepared. But I'd like to see where these guys go, because you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
The one I wanted to talk about too, the 2-on-2 was great. 2-on-2 was lots of fun.
Yeah.
Very silly, and good performances from all four of those guys. But Eric Devine versus Chazza was really interesting.
Yes.
Because if you saw this one, Eric Devine is seems like a normal battle rapper, good guy. And then Chazza is a blogger, and he's like a YouTube guy. He's like a personality. He's a celebrity.
Yeah, from the UK as well.
Oh shit. Chazza.
Yeah.
Did he have a British accent?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Did you watch it?
It's interchangeable. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Of course, you want to talk about this one, and it's the one that fucking exposes you.
This whole time it was a fraud. So I thought both of them did really well, and it's getting lots of views, and Chazza seems really hype on returning and continuing to battle rap, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's got a couple battles out, because I had when I was searching him up, I mean, obviously all the blog stuff comes up first, but he does have quite a few battles, and all of them have really great views. And I think that that's in part due to the fact that he's such a well-known blogger. But I thought that this was a great battle.
Yeah, really good, serious battle.
Yeah, there was lots of. This one was a great showcase of kind of like the Australian style, because you have somebody who's not battling necessarily from OZ, right? They're technically a UK guy who's been living in Australia for a while, but that doesn't mean that they won't still have that UK influence when it comes to their craft. And so I could, when I was watching it, see the difference between like how you would typically see an Australian battler versus a regular versus a little bit more sane a person,
You know how it is. They know it. They know it's true. I thought great work from both those guys. Really excited to see what happens next. And then, like, without even asking for it, what happens next happens next. And THC drops the next card. They're fucking, they're absolutely continuing. They're keeping that momentum going. It wasn't just a one-off. And it looks like, I think we spoke about it before, a development card for THC, fucking called the revamp. That's what it is. THC. Should have this shit pulled up. But yeah, like to do a development card right now sort of feels like, oh hey, we're taking this seriously. We don't need to sell tickets. We don't need to put the biggest names on. We need to develop our talent. I don't know why I can't find this shit. So I mean, it's a development card, so we don't recognize any of the names anyways. But they're gonna have this guy Chazza, who's the blogger, versus Mr. Ruckman, potentially, and they're headlining, and I've never heard of that guy either. So
I know he's got quite a few battles out, but I haven't I can't remember them off the top of my
Oh
head.
shit. Okay. Well, it's a very exciting time, and it looks like they're doing it, and they're doing it right. The graphics, you can tell when the flyer drops, and you're like, oh, you fucking paid somebody to do this.
Yeah.
Looks good. Big difference.
Excited to see that.
Yeah.
I really liked
so
the first event, and we talked about how we were hoping that they would keep it going and it wouldn't just be kind of like a one-off thing, and I'm excited.
yeah,
It's really in charge of it.
I believe so. I think they're working in concert with Battlerap Australia, and I don't know specifically who's on what team over there, but I think that everybody is in the same boat when they talk about bringing Australia back to prominence. So you really need to like get in a place where everybody's collaborating, and Battlerap.au drops that top 15 list, and it's like this one culture, it's one community here. Everybody needs to band together. Definitely the past where there was a bunch of leagues at each other's throats and trying to steal guys from each other and steal internationals and shit like that. That's just not going to fly in this day and age. And I think that there's a sense of community. It's a lot stronger right now, especially coming out of the pandemic where you weren't allowed to throw events. So I think we lost Path a little bit. Might have lost him. But yeah. Yo, shouts out to South Africa in the fucking chat. You guys are the best.
I'm gonna blame Bot on that.
Okay.
That's all him.
Man. So great stuff, THC. And then the other league is in Adelaide. It's Watch Your Mouth Battles, and it's Soap Suds and the boys. And they had a bunch of drops as well, and just great stuff. Their main event was Etang Wang versus Chimera. And when you watch these, definitely watch them. Go watch them. But when you watch this shit, you got to remember, they're finding talent. They're finding guys, and they're putting them on stage, putting them in front of camera, and this is where it starts. And it's really beautiful. I love this part of the process personally. It's my favorite part.
Yeah. It was quite noticeable that these were all relatively new guys to the scene, but it did look like they had fun, like the crowd and everyone there. So that's what matters most.
And there were a lot of women. And some good-looking women. I'm shocked. It is the biggest shock in my life that there were I felt like it was maybe 50-50 when you looked in the audience. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so shouts to all you guys dragging your girls down and their girlfriends to the bar to watch you guys rap. Because it makes footage better. I don't know. It's different.
Gives you a little bit more credibility.
Yeah, right? It's like, this is legit. Anyways, we were surprised, but it bodes well, honestly, for your scene. So maybe some female battlers, huh?
Who knows?
These drops were great. I liked it was Autist versus Oscar the Disciple, DK versus Fetus, Pell versus Someone Sick as well. It's beginner stuff. These guys are just feeling their way. I feel like did anybody stand out to you?
I don't know if DK is really that much of a newcomer. He was the one that battled Fetus, right?
Right. Yeah.
He kind of stood out to me where I was kind of like, oh, he's not too bad. Obviously, the main event was a little bit more so quality-wise compared to the others. So
sure. Chimera's a vet. Chimera knows what he's doing in there.
So that one I don't really consider when it comes to who was a standout. I would say that
totally
DK was kind of a little bit of a standout to me. So.
Yeah, good performance. It feels like they're comfortable, which is great. You don't get a whole lot of nervousness, a whole lot of there's a little bit of that, but I felt the same way about Fetus. I'm the Fetus. Nice to meet yous. That was his opener.
Yeah, he reminded me of Bankston
Oh
from
yeah.
Alberta.
Okay.
Yeah, like the first Bankston's first battle, and then that battle I watched with Fetus, I was like, that's what I'm getting vibes from. So
Yeah. Cool shit. Weird shit. Love it.
yeah,
Keep pushing, guys. Definitely lots of good performance there as well. I felt DK and Fetus was like the best performed battle. I don't know about punches. I think I was looking for a little more punches from both of them,
yeah,
but the projection and the volume and the performance is all really good starts. So they
Yep.
also dropped another card coming up, which I didn't write down the name of it, but yeah. Oh, and I wrote down all the battlers' names because this is really going to hit hard. Yanni T versus Big Fuss, Dusky versus Gesture, and Marty Martz versus Syllabalistic, which is actually kind of fire.
syllabalistic.
It's kind of a fucking
That's
dope name,
crazy.
right? That's kind of dope. So shouts out to Watch Your Mouth. Let me find this shit right now. Pat, cover me.
I'm covering for Cope. That's what I'm doing right now. BattleBot, do you want to hop in here? Oh no, you don't. That's because only real people can cover for Cope. Bet you didn't see that one coming, you stupid fucking artificial intelligence.
Okay, I can't find it, but I'm sure you did masterfully in covering for me. Either way, it's
Absolute
just
masterpiece.
spectacular news from Australia to see that not only are these guys throwing events and having good battles, but they're dropping cards for the next event, and you can only imagine that just leads to bigger and better things, more experience, and when somebody can fly down there, you can have some international fun.
Yeah.
But that is a long, protracted flight. Moving on. Wait, what else do we have? Oh, yeah, Neffy the Crow versus Adelaide. It's Adelaide. Get it up, you can. Okay. That's great. Australia, boom, boom, boom. You're beautiful. We love you. Fair income. We're going to move on to Africa now. And we're going to start in the south of Africa. Well, stay Southern Hemisphere. Move upwards. So South Africa, big country. There's a whole lot going on there. A lot of history. And a lot of history with Battlerap. South Africa was the home of Scrambles for Money, which was the premier Battlerap platform in Africa for when I was coming up. We all talked about Jinai. He was on World Dom. He was having battlers come out, battle in South Africa. It was a big deal. It was something you could pay attention to. And then that sort of went away. So you wondered where African Battlerap would come back, and I think mostly it showed up in Nigeria, but there have been a couple leagues in South Africa just putting things together, and it was Clash of the Mother City. And please forgive my ignorance because I'm just trying to scrape information as much as I can from the internet. But Clash of the Mother City battles and Conflict Battle League. And I think that part of the fun with the South African Battlerap leagues is that some of it's in English and some of it's in Afrikaans.
Which
is another language. It's like Dutch. It's like Dutchish.
We're getting
Yeah,
confirmation in the
okay.
chat. You're right so far, and it's kind of like
Let's
Dutch.
go. It's beautiful. I love fucking Dutch. Shuts up my Dutch homies. Riskante photo.
And you said Afrikaans correct.
Whew, let's go.
Got 1,000 right now.
I'm done.
All right, Pat, cover for me.
Leave on a high note. But yeah, you can just see that these battles. If you catch some of them, it's great. It's great crowds, great live hip hop atmosphere and vibe. The non-English ones, I can't. There's nothing happening there. I just don't speak the language. I'm trying. Lyrical sessions as well in Durban and Push the Agenda in Northwest. Okay, cool. I would check them out. Definitely good to see that there's shit happening because it's really beautiful. And especially if you guys are going to do English speaking battles, we'll cover the shit out of that.
Mhm.
So yeah, so their big event coming up is War of the Words 2 from Conflict. You spell Conflict KNFLKT, so check them out. You can search for it, YouTube, all that stuff.
Oh,
So please.
look at this! Look at this here too. Conflict
Oh,
soon. We'll be
badass.
having Twitter space battles. Fantastic.
For sure. That's what Word on the Streets is doing, and it just means more integration, more
Yep.
diffusion. Love that. Might even jump in there. I'll jump in there. I'm not doing anything. I'll have a battle. I can't speak anything but English and poorly, but I'll try. Cool. So yeah, so some great battlers down there to check out. Some guys I've seen before, but I think that the headline is Culture versus Charlie X2C, and I could only find Afrikaans battles from Charlie, so I don't know if he's battled in English before. But I watched Culture battle Rio in English, and I thought that was really dope. I thought Rio was super sick. I like him a lot. So I'm told that that's going to be the English battle on the card, and the rest of them will be Afrikaans. But cool, fucking cool. Had the headline be English speaking battle rap, we will definitely check it out and cover it when it drops.
Bong bong.
Good job, South Africa. Fucking amazing.
Keep it up.
Let's keep it going. We're going to move north now into Nigeria, where, boy, there's so much happening. It's really tough to keep track of. Unless you're really on the Twitter spaces and, paying attention to all that stuff, it's quite a lot, because the last event that I remember us covering from Word on the Streets in Nigeria was from March Mayhem.
Yeah.
And when they dropped Mano versus Kenny Will, Blacklit Pastor versus Dr. Cardio, and Loki versus Godson. And those battles are great. Check them out. They're on YouTube. And then it stopped. They stopped dropping them. And I was like, oh no, I want to see, all the other battles, Spliff and Wilson and Fifth and Penn Priest and Slim Buck versus U3, especially Slim Buck versus U3, which is a fucking crazy battle. So yeah, we gotta stay tuned for that. Apparently there was some issues with the event. Should we say?
Yeah. Well, let's go with that.
All right, fine. There were some issues with the event. Fifth and Penn Priest, they had a little tiff. They had a little kerfuffle.
Before we did the show, Cope said we can't talk about Fifth and Penn Priest and their little scuffle. And I was like, okay, I want to talk about that. And he was like, no, we can't do that.
No, we can't do that.
And now he's like,
it's the kind of context. It's the context.
Fifth and Penn Priest had a little tough scuffle.
They had a little run-in, and words were exchanged, among other things. And then, so I think that probably cut the event short, which is too bad, because just really want to see what happened, and want to see those battles. So Generic versus Blinkston was moved to the new event coming up, Fade. And the same thing with Spliff and Wilson. And yeah, I've been told from sources on high that Slim Buck versus U3 is going to drop very soon after Fade, after the Fade event. So keep an eye out for that. Really cool shit. Those guys are fucking killing it right now. All the graphics, everything they're doing, the fucking promo. Did you see what they're doing with these flyers? It's really cool. I've never seen this before.
I've seen a lot of really, really cool shit coming from them. Okay,
so let me be specific. The flyers are all custom for the battler. So wherever you are on the card, your flyer, you're the headliner, which is so dope. And it's fucking, I just love it. It's great promo. You never really know, who's headlining, who's not. It doesn't really matter. It's Gaddafi versus Zay.
But we had talked about too, though, when Fifth was on here, about how a lot of the guys don't really care. It's like you get your headliner, and next battle you might be second, and
Right.
they kind of, it's always changing and shifting. So it's really cool to see that the posters are also reflecting that, where it's kind of like we're all here, we're all the headliners.
Yeah,
Really
super
cool.
dope. Fucking awesome. I love what they're doing out there. Really innovative stuff, and these matches are really dope too. As we were saying, Gaddafi versus Zay is probably the headliner. Ended up being postponed. I don't know if there's issues with Zay's flight from Carolina. He's a North Carolina guy. I think he's like a fucking connected to the airlines or something. Because I see this guy like popping out to other countries like it's nothing. And I wonder. So what's up? Oh, yo, Rio in the chat. What's up? My G, absolutely killed it, bro. Big fans. Keep it going, man. Keep it going, guys. That's too bad. I really wanted to see Gaddafi again. I think the last time we saw him was last year, and he's just fucking monster. I think he's definitely one of my favorites. So would like to see him get another play or get on a card soon.
Mm-hmm.
Hydra. And then U3 versus Icon Bags, which is great. U3, another big name, top 10 guy. I think he was on our top 10 list for last year as well, 2020.
Yeah, he was.
And Icon Bags, another big name. Alpha Hybrid versus Joe Vegas. I really like this match. Alpha Hybrid is one of the newer guys, but I think he sort of set himself up last year with a couple of great performances versus Arbix and let's see, somebody else, but I don't remember. But everybody's talking about him, and I've seen him drop some crazy bars, and he's got good performance. So I'm looking for Hybrid Alpha. They get all the Alpha name flips, but he's really talented, and he's going up against Joe Vegas, who also had a really good year last year. I think Joe Vegas just barely missed our top 10 in Nigeria last year. Or did he make it?
I was gonna say, I wonder. I want to say that he made it.
Shit. So he's in there. He's in the mix.
He's in the mix. That's for sure. Big fan.
Pros. So like, fucking, that's the battle for me. That's the battle of the card for me. I really want to see what Alpha Hybrid does with this opportunity, and Joe Vegas, obviously, he's got a bunch of momentum coming from last year, and if he keeps on the path he's on, he's going to be mentioned definitely top 5 in Nigeria right now. Like we said before, Spliff versus Wilson is a carryover from March Mayhem, and then Michelangelo versus Hareem. I could be pronouncing that wrong. Hareem? I'm sorry. That should be dope too. Michelangelo is another new guy. I think it was Nickel versus Alpha Hybrid was one of their like early matches. So, when these guys, I'm only counting the battles in the ring for these guys too. When I talk about that, like, because when you look at the channel, you see that they've been battling in spaces. They've been doing text battles. Like, these guys are not total beginners. They've definitely, been getting seasoned in different formats, but it is different in the ring. So that's why I sort of just talk about that. I was just breezing through it here. I think that's it. Thrills versus Britchin is 2 new guys. I don't know those guys. And then Generic versus Blinkston is the move over from March Mayhem as well, which I'm really excited about, because Generic, one of the few female battlers, international female battlers, who's awesome. She's great. Yeah. I really think she's very well rounded. She's funny. She's got bars. She raps well. She doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. That's cool. And Blinkston, man, hang in there, Blinkston. You can do it. I believe in you, bro. But I was thinking about this the other day. Like, when you think about international female battle rap, like outside of the United States, is it
3 in Canada?
3 in Canada. Oh, 3 in Canada. True.
Lil Ma, SKB, and Coleslaw.
Lizzie C. In
Lizzie
Ireland.
C. Queen Moda.
Queen Moda, fuck yeah. And Generic. That's pretty much it. Unless,
Part of me says that there are some that we're missing, but probably no more than another handful.
I wonder if there's some like crazy like South American or like Mexican female battlers who are like amazing freestyle battlers or something like that.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're not rapping in English, we're not gonna cover it. Sorry. Sorry.
Oops.
Only speak one language at best.
Yep.
So really cool card. Definitely check out the Fade. It's coming up. It's Word on the Streets, Battlerap, and then I think like somewhat adjacent to that is Slim Buck versus Pedro was announced for Don't Flop's 15-year anniversary card, and like Slim Buck is, if you don't know, one of the biggest names in Nigerian battle rap for the last few years. He moved to Birmingham in England. Birmingham. Bad, man. So he's in England now, and so he's got his first battle, and fucking amazing reception from the announcement. It's really, really funny to see all these UK guys going, "Who's Slim Buck?" and all these African guys going, "Who the fuck is Pedro?"
Yeah, hilarious.
It's so good. It's beautiful cultural diffusion that's about to happen right now between the UK and Africa, and I fucking love that shit. That's my sweet spot. It's the best shit. So yeah, hopefully more of that, and we'll see what Slim Buck does in the UK soil. If he can translate, I know he can. He's a fantastic performer. He's great energy, and he knows how to write bars. So I think he's really going to surprise a lot of the UK guys, and has already, honestly, with his fucking social media. The fact that he's got so much engagement, so many fans already, that just that announcement, like not even the flyer, just the announcement has gotten a lot of attention.
Yeah, which is great to see.
Facts, you need that. Pedro's wondering, who am I battling?
Yeah.
he's gonna find out the day of.
Welcome back, Pedro.
For real.
Battle of the Day X. And now Slim Buck on Don't Flop's 15. Actually, when you think about it, Pedro's coming back for 2 anniversary events, one of which being a 10-year, one of which being a 15-year, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, really impressive. Yeah, it's staying power, Pedro's name. What can you say?
Yeah.
It's
vote for Pedro.
Your mom's got a tattoo of the Umbro sign. These are just the facts. So like it's just fucking beautiful time in battle rap right now. We've got no restrictions. We've got events happening all over the world. We've got cross-pollination. Zay coming from Carolina to Nigeria. Slim Buck in Birmingham for the Don't Flop anniversary card, which is really crazy. I heard as well. I was watching Twitter and I heard Disaster say something about going to Nigeria too. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hear an announcement about that, because I don't know if it's Lyrical Wars or Battle Rap Africa or Word on the Streets, but I can't imagine Disaster going to Nigeria on vacation and not battling.
Yeah.
Why would you go there to not battle?
Who knows?
I don't know. We broke it here first. But yeah, that's it. That's the entirety of the globe for this week. We did it.
Oh, did you want to talk about A word and A verb?
Oh, right. We were supposed to start the show with that to justify the title that we used.
Right. A word.
There's some stuff happening in the States. These announcements from RBE, A word versus A verb, Ill Will versus
Hitman.
And then obviously Daylight trolling that he's returning against K-Shine.
Daylight,
which is good to see. It's good to see that he's alive. Facts.
Until the end.
There's some attention over there. Please.
Yep.
Go. So we'll wait and see what happens with the RBE announcements, but it looks like there's a fucking bunch of drama happening in the States, and we'll wait for that to all settle down and then
get
some content out of it, hopefully.
I'm getting a phone call, so I'm going to leave studio very quickly.
Copy that. It's very important. Okay, shit. Path has some stuff to do, so just gonna take that phone call. And yeah, right. Word and verb. I mean, it's kind of a zoo, right? Like, what do we really expect here? We're not really. Are we? Do you want like verb to fucking beat up a word with like bars and raps and shit like that, or do you want it to just get messy? Do you want to just see what these guys say about each other? What sort of fucking? Because like this is a I don't know. Ward's had big battles like this before, but this is a pretty big battle for A Ward in terms of his status as like versus legends. I'll say it. Averb is a fucking battle rap cultural large name. I don't know how you want to say it. He's legend tier. You get a battle with Averb, it means something for real. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But sometimes the ones that don't make sense, they like have the best moments or create something new out of it. Shit, I don't know. But A Word with his freestyle ability, I think that's going to be huge, especially if Averb says some shit that's very questionable. I don't know if Averb battles people who are that adept at freestyling very often. So, yeah, it's going to be a zoo.
A Word 30. All right, next battle.
30. That's basically it. Next battle. Yeah. So there's a bunch of stuff happening in the States. Battle of the Bay, obviously. iBattle's got a big event coming out. Shouts out to Canadian Roheezy on the card, representing Canada.
Yeah. They've got High Tide on Saturday on the 22nd. Red Flag, CJA, JR, and Mike. A couple other really fire Water League matchups, even though Water League's kind of sus. But and then Allegiance 5 right after, headlined by Real Sick versus Homeschool, which are two Sky League battlers, obviously, headlining the big cards. You know how we do. And that's iBattle.
Yeah.
The announcement for I don't think we covered Coffee versus Geechee, which is going to be happening on the Riot in September. So that's kind of a big one as well, considering their past. And then Era versus Era 3 for No Loose Chat. The full card got released.
Really cool shit. Yeah, I was sort of wanted to save our UK stuff for next week. We can go really into detail because there's been a lot of announcements and drops and stuff like that. But yeah, No Loose Chat. It looks like Era versus Era is really
Did you see that?
Looks really strong. Was that a howl? We get a howl?
I don't know. There wasn't any sound, but he looked like he was.
Yeah.
Now he knows we're talking about him, so he's just sitting there staring at the wall. Oh.
What a handsome boy.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I haven't seen Coffee lately. I think that, she's got the one up against Grid on King of the Dot coming up. And she was supposed to battle on the trenches in the UK league against Amity, I believe.
Yep.
And that never happened. So I'm kind of interested to see where Coffee's at for sure. And against somebody like Geechee, it's very dangerous.
Yeah, because her last one was against Twerk, and the consensus was that she got smoked. So who knows?
Super dangerous.
We'll see what she does against Grid, because she might be gearing up for a crazy one.
Yeah. Definitely has all the eyes on her. How are you going to battle your Ghost Rider? Nicole knows what's up, hey? What's up, Nicole? So it's a very exciting time. There's a whole lot of stuff going on all over the world, and just appreciate everybody tapping in with us. We'll definitely keep an eye on things, and we're going to go into depth definitely in the UK next week. We'll do a full episode and just make sure that everybody gets the coverage they deserve. So much stuff happening, and fuck it. Great sign off. Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it. See you guys.
It's the pros. Okay, so usually what we do is when you want to see what events are happening next weekend, you go to Verse Tracker and you can check out, they have a Verse Tracker calendar, which is really, really handy. really helpful. What month are we in? 7? We're in
We
6,
are in
7?
July, which is 7.
7. So yeah, Iron Bars just had their event, and then next weekend it'll be the Trap New York. Shouts out to No Mercy, my guy, Westworld Battlerap, Off the Grid Battlerap League, Gladiators Only 3 from Terminal Battlegrounds, Guard Your Grill 2, and Gates of the Garden. It's all America. It's all American stuff.
Lots of American stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody. Appreciate you guys in the chat. That's all for this week. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Click the like and subscribe button if they want to. I don't know. I don't care.
I felt like at this point, we've been doing this for a year, and you'd be actually telling people that they should do that. I want to hear you say it, Cope. I want to hear you say it.
No, I can't. I'm not going to tell you to hit the like and subscribe button, but I have noticed that all of the cool people are hitting the like and subscribe button, and they hit the bell for notifications. I don't give a shit about any of that shit, but that's what cool people are doing. So if that's something that interests you, being cool, but yes.
Passive aggressive way of saying hit the like and subscribe button. What else are you doing?
Yeah, operate, baby. Yeah, and we will be here back next week to talk about all sorts of crazy bullshit. But cheers. Thanks for tuning in, guys. let's fucking save me from myself, honestly. Yeah. Okay.
Bum 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 bum.